Hey guys, Joel Palmer here at Vintage Fitness Studio, Vermont. Just want to talk to you a little bit today about rehabilitating a pulled or strained hamstring. We see that a lot both in my office and here at the studio. And so just wanted to show you a couple little tricks, a couple simple things you can do right at home that can help speed up your recovery and rehabilitate that hamstring. First and foremost, the first thing you want to do is just get the acute episode under control. So initially people like to try to stretch it and do all kinds of things. My recommendation is stick with your anti-inflammatory protocol first, probably for a good week or two, just to get that tissue calmed down, and then you can move on to some rehabilitative exercise. As far as the acute care goes, massage, ice, lots of ice, possibly some modalities if you see a therapist of some sort, and then rest it. It's probably not advisable to stretch that pulled or torn tissue immediately after, even though that's a lot of people's instincts. A couple things just for the acute phase, and even for maintenance phase, one little tool you can use is a simple foam roller. That's just a basic foam roller. I like the bigger diameter roller as opposed to the pool like noodles. It's a little bigger, you can get on top of it a little bit easier. The contoured rollers have been shown to be more effective. They get a little deeper tissue work, although smooth ones work as well, and you can buy these things in a lot of your department stores in the fitness section where they keep yoga materials, mats and balls and stuff. Not terribly expensive. I do like the foam ones, just a warning. They make a lot of the newer ones are sort of a plastic ring or a plastic tube with foam sort of glued to the outside, so it's not a complete foam roller. And a lot of my clients and patients will tell me that they just feel it's too hard, especially on acute tissue that's very, very tender. Okay, so just a little bit of word of advice. So with your foam roller, it's a great little tool if you're working a pulled hamstring. Obviously, first identify the worst point of the hamstring. So if it's more in the belly of the hamstring, you would just sit yourself on the foam roller and work that area out, okay? A lot of people also get pulls or strains more at the tendinous areas. So keep in mind that the hamstring attaches just below the knee and up here in the buttock region, okay, in the pelvis. So sometimes you got to hit those areas as well. They're a little tougher, but you can hit those tendons, especially those hamstring tendons that run on either side of the back of the knee. You just roll it out, and you don't have to go crazy. Spend, 2-3 minutes rolling out your hamstring. It's not terrible. The other thing you might want to do is if you feel like you've identified the strain in the hamstring in the tendon area, don't neglect the belly. Also work the belly as well. You want to flush that whole tissue. The whole area tends to get inflamed, and you're just trying to move some of that inflammatory compound out of there and get some better circulation going. If it's up higher in the buttock region, then obviously you've got to sit up on the roller a little bit more and work it out on the roller. And just so you can see from a different angle, we'll show you from the side. So if I'm working the belly of the hamstring, we're just rolling it here. I'm controlling myself with my hands and my opposite foot. So I'm rolling out my left leg. I'm controlling with my right foot and my hands. If I want to get into the tendinous areas, they tend to come around the sides. Sometimes I've got to turn myself a little bit, and boy, I can tell you, I can feel that on my own hamstring tendons. Okay, so working it out. And if you find those tender spots, don't avoid them. You got to work them. You might be a little bit uncomfortable temporarily, but then afterwards you can ice it a little bit. Give yourself 10-15 minutes of ice afterwards to calm it down, and you'd be surprised how much better you start feeling pretty quickly. Okay, so you roll them out. If you want to roll the inside tendon, you're into the inside tendon, medial hamstring tendon, and then again up in the buttock area if you're working out more in that area. You just sit on it and roll. Okay, so that's a handy little tool, not very expensive. Everybody should have one of those. Okay, simple rehab you can do later. Once you're through that first week or two of the acute care and it appears that you're safe to progress and maybe do some exercises, here are just a couple of simple things you can do for your hamstring. Good hamstring exercises that don't require any special equipment. And I'll show you a couple right now. First one is just a pulsed bridge. I think most of you know this one, just a 2-footed pulsed bridge. And so what you would do is pulse up, squeeze at the top, rest down. I wouldn't go fast, keep it slow and controlled. And I like to do about 12 repetitions or so, okay? Just 12 is plenty, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna add a couple other exercises. You can also play with your foot position. It changes the dynamics on that hamstring. So move your heels a little closer to your buttock. Knock out maybe 3 or 4 reps there. Put it a little further away, sort of in a middle stance here. 3 or 4 reps if you want, right? And then maybe just a little farther out, okay? The next advancement from that would be to just work on one at a time. So maybe 12 single leg pulsed bridges. So if I'm working my right leg, that's the one that's planted. We extend the left and we pulse out here. The idea is don't pulse so high. You're not trying to do a back bend. You should keep your body in a pretty straight line to the floor. Okay? Again, at the top, just pause a second at the top, hold it for just a second, and then down. Okay? Then you knock off 12 on one leg, switch it around, 12 on the opposite leg. Okay? Another one that I like a lot is the hamstring bridge. Hamstring bridge. Very similar. We do it in a pulsed fashion, but this time what you're going to do is point your toes straight up to the ceiling. Straight up to the ceiling. So you're digging the back of your heels into the floor. You're going to feel a lot more work on your hamstrings here. So now as you pulse the bridge, you're here. Simple pulse bridge. And again, if you change your foot placement, it changes the dynamics on that hamstring. And you may find that some positions are easier to pulse than others. Play around with it. It's good just variety to just work at different angles here, okay? So hamstring bridge. If you really get good, you can try doing the single leg hamstring bridge. That gets a little tougher, okay? But you're really sort of digging that heel into the floor, okay? So that's a great little rehab for the hamstring. If you want to add a little bit of more dynamic work, you can use a TheraBall. Here's where you do need one minor tool, a TheraBall. But a TheraBall and foam roller, everybody should own one of these anyway, okay? So what you're going to do now is from the floor, we were planted solid on the floor. Now what we're going to do is a variety of bridges from the TheraBall. So here again you can pulse. Straight-legged is one version. Okay, 12 of these or so. Okay, another version with the ball would be bent knee. Okay, some people call it a hip thruster, where you're really sort of elevating here. Okay, just keeping the knees bent. Again, you can do about 12 of these or so. Another variation would be a bridge with a hamstring curl. So you could bridge up, curl the ball in, curl the ball out, pulse down, right? Pulse up, curl, extend, down. You have to stabilize a little bit with your arms, just kind of keeping your balance, but you have to control that ball so it's a little tougher. It gets a little harder than if you're just on the floor, okay? So start with the easy stuff. Start with the exercises on the floor. And again, you don't need any equipment for that one, so those are easy. And then if you have a ball, as you feel confident with the ones on the floor, you can move to the ball. Another version would be to just hold your bridge up and do your curls. Do 12 curls and not set your hips down to the floor, okay? Not set them down. Okay, so those are all real great, simple hamstring rehab exercises. So I would encourage you to at least try the ones without the ball and just start doing 12 of each of those. Try them, try the different varieties. You may find that some work better than others, but start incorporating them into your daily routine. If you're trying to rehabilitate that hamstring, you may have to start doing those exercises every day for a while until that hamstring really comes around. Okay, so once again, Joel Palmer here at Vintage Fitness Studio, Vermont. Come back, check in later. We'll have some other videos going up for you and just trying to keep you healthy and fit. So remember, life is heavy, train for life. Vintage Fitness Studio Vermont. We'll see you next time. Take care.